Hey up! I can't believe it's that time of the year already. We're only a few weeks away from Christmas. So I gave Sam a bit of a nudge at MOTONE Customs about some sort of Black Friday sale to help my viewers out in what is the most expensive time of the year. So from today until the end of this month, November, Sam will be offering a 22% discount to viewers of this channel. Yes, you heard that right, 22% discount off anything on MOTONE Customs website, using a unique discount code which you will find in the video description down below. Just bear with me a moment, and I'm having trouble getting my camera to focus. There we go, I think. Yep, okay, right, so I'll carry on. It's common practice in customization circles to clean the back end up, get rid of the backlight, etc. and mount the rear light and number plate on a side bracket to give it that sort of classic vintage custom look. This is MOTONE Customs' brand new Sidewinder Kit. It comes with one of their famous Eldorado rear lights, a new plug-and-play wiring loom, and all the necessary bracketry to fix it onto the left-hand side or the right-hand side of your motorcycle, depending on which country you live in. Now, I say that this is available only with the Eldorado at the moment. I had a quick word with Sam and he said he doesn't see why he can't supply other lights with it. They will fit just as well. So what I recommend you do if you're interested and you want to go for, one of the other lights that MOTONE Customs supply, is send them an email stating which light you would prefer, and Sam will do his best to accommodate you. Now, this kit features a laser cut mounting plate for the light and your number plate, a high pressure die cast mounting stem, and of course a high pressure die cast light. The kit will also include one of MOTONE Customs' plug-and-play wiring harnesses for your rear lighting system. Now, this is actually a pretty ingeniously worked out piece of kit. Unfortunately, this Sidewinder is so new that Sam hadn't had time to sort out any instructions for me for fitting. Actually, I'll rephrase that. He couldn't be bothered because he thinks it's funny to leave me to work these things out while I'm actually filming. So if you do email Sam at MOTONE to see about an alternative light, you should address him as Mr. Twatnacker. And what I didn't notice is that the fitting stem is in two parts for a reason. It's to accommodate a channel for you to run the wiring through, to keep everything neat and tidy, and I didn't notice it until now when I'm editing this video, so you'll have to work that bit out for yourself. Basically, it's designed so that you can run your wiring down to your swing arm, attach it to your swing arm, and then route it up to the part underneath the seat, which I'll show you later on. It's actually a really professional, neat and tidy little arrangement. Now, it's best to start by fitting the actual light onto the bracket. And there are two ways that you can do this. If you want to do it the easy way, you can simply take the nuts off the back of the light and then bolt it straight onto the bracket. If you want to do it the professional way, so it looks its best, you need to use the rear light cover. And that will give the whole installation a more streamlined, professional look. That rear light cover has two internally threaded holes, so in order to fasten the actual light onto that, you need to dismantle the light by first of all taking off the lens and cover, and then remove the two screws that hold the LED circuit board in place. There are two rubber washers on the end of the brass hex fittings. Carefully put these to one side, you will need them again at reassembly. Once you've removed those, push the wiring from the back, and that'll release the circuit board from the interior of the light fitting. Remove the two brass nuts off the back of the light, you're not going to need those in this installation. And then if you turn your attention to the inside of the light, you will see that the other end of those brass screws or bolts, they are fitted with a 10mm hex. So sandwich the bracket between the light body and the rear cover, and you can just screw the 3 parts together utilising those brass bolts. You can then refit the rubber washers, which is a little bit fiddly. If you look at them, they are actually cupped on one side. The cup side is designed to sort of locate onto those 10mm hexes just to hold them in place while you put the light back together. You can then carefully pull the cable back through and refit the LED circuit board. Replace the 2 fixing screws, and when you're happy that you've done that correctly, you can then go ahead and replace the lens and lens cover. And as we used to say on Blue Peter, when you've done that, it should look something like this. I just tucked that cable through that slot for convenience, by the way. It's not meant to be there. It was just to keep it under control while I put everything together. And as you can see, this light in this configuration is a rather sexy piece of kit. Now, the next thing to do is to decide how you're going to locate the actual plate onto the fixing stem, or mounting stem, whatever you want to call it. The kit comes supplied with 2 tiny countersunk screws for that purpose, and they allow you to adjust the position of the bracket both for height and of course for whichever side of the motorcycle you're fitting it on. Right hand side if you live in the UK, left hand side if you live in one of those countries that drive on the wrong side of the road. Now, this effectively fixes the 2 halves of the mounting stem together, so at this stage, this is where you need to locate the cable inside that mounting stem, and it's accommodated via this channel here. Again, this is a little bit fiddly, sort of lining everything up, but simply decide how you're going to fit it, the height and which side, etc. Then carefully thread those screws in and tighten them up. Now, this kit is designed to be reasonably universal. It comes with adapters for an M10 and M8 thread for fitting to the bike. It definitely fits the T120, the T100 and the Street Twin, but some ongoing experimentation is going to be required to sort of ascertain what other make and models it will fit. I'm sure Motone will sort of add to the list on the main listing for it as time goes on. Now, it comes with 2 two-piece M8 and M10 adapters. Now, the fitting adapters are made of stainless steel and they come in 2 parts. There's a 2-part M10 and a 2-part M8. The larger side of these adapters is designed to accommodate the head of the Allen bolt for a nice, neat and tidy installation. So that should go on the outside of the bracket when fitting. Just for the purposes of making this video, I temporarily fitted this bracket to the T120. Mainly because I still have a standard tail tidy on it with lights and indicators, etc. And of course I have those oversized springs on, which are substantially wider than a standard spring, so they did they didn't interfere with the fitting. I could actually fit them, but I had to angle the light down very slightly. As I say, I just fitted them to the T120 for demonstration purposes for this video. It's not a full fitting. Fitting is actually quite simple. Once you've established what size adapter you need, remove the bottom shock mounting bolt. Motone do actually include a slightly longer replacement shock bolt in the kit. Position the fixing stem in place over the bottom mounting part for the shock, and insert the bolt and screw it in. That's all there is to it, really. I think the recommended torque measurement is only something like 20 or 28 Newton meters for this part, but it does hold this bracket in place really firmly. And of course you know that channel for the cable is there, so you will have placed the cable inside that channel before putting it all together and fitting it. Now on the T120, underneath the seat on the right hand side of the battery cover, there is a plug, and that plug is for the wiring harness for the rear lighting system. Using your extra long MOTONE plug and play harness, you can remove the plug for the old wiring harness. You know, this is obviously presuming that you're replacing the entire rear lighting system, and substitute it with the MOTONE harness. Now, I'll say this again for the avoidance of doubt. You no doubt will use the channeling in the stem to make a neat and proper job of this. I'm just showing you this for demonstration purposes. You can then connect that harness up to the wiring on the light. Everything's colour coordinated, you cannot get it wrong. And I should add that this MOTONE wiring harness does have all the connectors for your indicators appropriately spaced for fitting the indicators around about the seat rail area or in the conventional position where they come from the factory. It's then just a matter of switching your ignition on and checking that both your tail light and your brake lights work correctly. Now, I've got to admit, I don't feel as though this video really does this bracket any justice, but in order to make a proper, neat, permanent install, it would have meant changing the rear suspension on this bike, which is oversized, and it would also have meant sort of reconfiguring the back end of the bike, the indicators, the rear mudguard, etc., which is a major job. And I've got to admit, it is something that I've been discussing with Sam for some time, so maybe we can revisit this in the future. But hopefully this video will give you an idea of what a high quality product this is if you're looking to do this kind of conversion, and basically what's involved with fitting it. I will of course leave a link for this Sidewinder in the video description down below, along with that Black Friday code, which will allow you a whopping 22% discount off this or any other MOTONE item on their official site. And again, that code is valid until the last day of this month, November. So, once again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this and my other videos, and in doing so helping to support this channel. I really do appreciate it. I would also appreciate it if you would leave a like on this video. If you're not already a subscriber, subscribe to this channel. And if you do subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell and ensure that all your notifications are enabled. That way you will be informed whenever I upload a new video. Now, I'm going to the NEC on Monday to the Motorcycle Live show, so don't forget to tune in next week for some bang up to date motorcycle news in conjunction with some mouth-watering motorcycle erotica. Have a great weekend, and if you're riding, please ride safely, and I'll see you soon.